All right, race fans, so now that opening ceremony's done, I need your help to kick off the racing action tonight at Texana Raceway Park. We're going to count them down from 3. You guys know those most famous words in motorsports. 3, 2, 1. Drivers, start your engines! Here we go. Our first race event of the evening is going to be with the Pure Stock class. As we said, one of the newer ways to get involved with racing here at Texana Raceway Park, both this class as well as the class with the E-Mods, which is actually surprisingly going to come up right after it. But here we go with the lineup. Up front on the pole in the 401, that's Willem Cellier. On the outside of him in the 32 is Mickey Helms, Derek Youngblood in car number 97. The 355 tonight driven by Riley Heil. Up next on the inside row is James Jennings in the 27, GW Hessong in the 35, and Gary Butler in the 9. Lights are out. We're looking them over, giving them 1 to go here at Texana Raceway Park live on Race on Texas through their all-access pass. If you would like to find a way to watch replays of Texana Raceway Park racing, go to raceontexas.com, sign up for an all-access pass, and pick Texana Raceway Park as your home track. We actually get a little bit of proceeds from your signing up of the package, and then you can get to watch all the races live you can't make to in person, and all the races that you see they're in replay mode. So there we go, lights out, looking them over, here we go, and we are green and going right here, right now. Right off the bat, Mickey Helms, watch these Novas. They have been the class of the field all year long. Mickey Helms in the 32, the 355 of Riley Heil, and the 35 of GW Hessong. GW pulling double, maybe triple duty, racing a couple of different classes tonight. But right off the bat, there goes all the Tony Blankenship Novas all the way back to the front, just like they have been all season. So Mickey Helms, your leader in the 32. Hot spot on the racetrack is the battle there. 4-second spot between the 355 of Riley Heil and the 35 of GW Hessong. GW digging to the bottom on the inside. Not going to make it happen this time by. Track's a little dry, a little dusty. Coming up to complete lap number 3, 5 more laps to go. All 8-lap heat races here in the preliminary portion of tonight's racing program. Now side by side there for second. Heil to the top side in the 355. GW on the bottom in the 35. GW driving back down to the inside. He's got a better run this time on Riley. The outside groove as they come to halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go, continues to be the predominantly better line. But now GW with a good run off of turn number 2 takes the spot. Not sure what happened to Riley coming out of turn 2, but she lost all her momentum and the second place. Trouble there for the 9. Gary Butler going to pull off. Looks like he's got a little bit more issues and a little bit of rear end smoke. There may be some motor problems. So that completed lap number 6. 2 more laps to go. So everybody's still running single file in the same order they've been running in for the majority of the back half of the heat race. Coming up on lap number 7 right here. Here comes the white flag, one more checkered flag, one more lap in the books. Mickey Helms wins. GW Hessong second, Riley Heil third. 27 of James Jennings runs fourth, and here running out the top 5, the 97 of Derek Youngblood. Up next on the card will be your E-Mod class. As we said, a more affordable way to go from the grandstands to the racetrack. You check out all the rules at TexanaRacewayPark.com or all on Facebook. Here we go. Starting off on the front row is your points leaders. 1 point separating the two drivers coming into tonight. The 04 Cooper Kaliba. He is your point leader by 1 point over the outside pole man, Braden Tomlinson, in the number 33. Summer Nave in the 21S, starting inside of row number 2. Outside of row number 2 from Victoria, that's Phil Beckner in the 75. The double OE, that's Jaden Edmond. L87, he won the last race out. Nathan Titzman in the L87. The 5C is Colin Holland. And rounding out the field in the R10, that's Rio Blackner. 8 cars, 8 laps, heat race for the E-Mods. Here we go, green flag. Right off away, really good jump on that start by Cooper Kaliba in that 04. Here comes Tomlinson right behind him. The front two start checking out when you got Tomlinson there. Good battle there for third between Summer Nave and the L87 and Nathan Titzman. As we said, Titzman won the last race out. Who else we got in there? We got the double OE of Edmond. They're battling third, fourth, and fifth. So Titzman giving it a good go there on the bottom on the inside of Summer. As they come down the back straightaway, side by side there for third. Titzman on the inside, Summer Nave up on the outside. Give the spot to Titzman. Titzman having a good bit of run here. Won the race here last Saturday night, and then on Sunday for the July 4th special there at the race ranch. There in Corpus Christi, picked up another W. So Titzman and that L87 has been on a roll, but meanwhile, back up front, your leader continues to be at the halfway mark. 4 down, 4 to go. Cooper Kaliba in the 04. Braden Tomlinson in the 33 runs second. The aforementioned L87 of Nathan Titzman runs third. That's your top three as we come halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go with the first and only heat race here for your E-Mods. Now to complete lap number 5. 3 more laps to go. So as the lead duo start getting a little closer together, well, they were for a minute. There you see lap 6 complete, 2 more laps to go. As we said, 1 point separating Kaliba in the 04 and Tomlinson in that 33. Now they're going to try to run around the 5 of Colin Holland. White flag is out, 1 more lap to go. Trouble there for the 5C of Holland, spinning again in turns 1 and 2. Meanwhile, out of turn number 3, here comes your lead duo. Cooper Kaliba is going to win heat race in the E-Mods. Braden Tomlinson second, Nathan Titzman third, Edmond in the double OE fourth, and Phil Beckner in the 75 is going to round out your top 5 here in the E-Mods. All right, up next, heat race portion, race in action for your IMCA modifieds. Up front on the pole in the 26D, that's Cody Duke. Outside of Cody in the white number 17, Adrian Awalt. Inside the next row, inside row number 3 in car 12, that's Cody Leonard. Outside in the 48R, that is Raymond McSpadden from Buda. Inside the last row, car number 2, that is Chad Rockefeller. 5 cars, 8 laps, heat, one and only heat race here for your IMCA modifieds. So Cody Duke, Adrian Awalt, that is your front row. Cody Leonard and Raymond McSpadden, row number 3. Back row by himself, Chad Rockefeller. Lights are out, looking him over. Here we go. go. Green flag. So right away, they go 3 wide down there in turn number 1. Tough break there from McSpadden, bouncing off the wall, but they're 3 wide going down the backstretch into turn number 3. Leonard on the bottom, Awalt on the inside, Duke on the top side. Let's see who can bid to the 4 fastest, and it is going to be Cody Leonard. From the 3 wide stance to the lead. Duke there in the 2060 goes high out of turn number 2, will lose the spot to Adrian Awalt. So Leonard, Awalt, battle there for 3rd between Rockefeller there on the inside in car number 2, and Cody Duke up on the outside in the 26D. Good, solid racing action here in your IMCA modified heat race. Coming up to complete lap number 3 on the board, Cody Leonard continues to lead. Battle for 4th and 5th brewing on the racetrack between Cody Duke in the 26D and Raymond McSpadden in the 48R. Battle there for 5th as they come running around the racetrack into turn 3 out of turn number 4. Meanwhile, back up front, we are halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Heat race for your IMCA modifieds. Now, hot spot on the racetrack is the battle there for 3rd spot between Adrian Awalt and Raymond McSpadden in that 48R. Awalt getting a little sideways out of turn number 2. It's going to open the door there for McSpadden, but Awalt going to slam that door hard as they come out of turn number 4. Raymond still digging there on the inside. As we come to 2 laps to go, 6 laps down, 2 more to go. Your leader, Cody Leonard, checking out. Over the 2 of Rockefeller, the battle for 3rd, hot spot on the racetrack. This time, McSpadden, good run to the inside. Does he have what it takes? White flag out for the leader, Cody Leonard. And this time, McSpadden will indeed take 3rd spot. Now into turn number 3, your leader coming up out of turn number 4. Making it look easy, car 12. Cody Leonard wins. Chad Rockefeller in car 2 second. Raymond McSpadden in the 48R 3rd. Adrian Awalt 4th. And the 2060 of Cody Duke rounds out your top 5 here in the heat race for your IMCA modifieds. All right, up next on the racetrack, first of 2 heat races here for the factory stocks. Up front on the pole in the Best Western Express, 747, that's Caitlin Leonard. On the outside, the 9, that's Johnny Westfall. Inside the next row in car number 45, that's Seth Davis. On the outside, the 1H is Chad Herring. Inside of row number 3, starting 5th, Michaela Trimble in the 39, Triton Temple in the 99. Jeff Moore in car number 1, and the 63 of Joe Johnson rounds out your 8-car field. 8 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 here for the factory stocks. So Caitlin Leonard, your pole sitter. Johnny Westfall up on the outside. Watch Johnny. He's been having some good runs here in this factory stock. Here we go. Green flag. So right away, Johnny up to the top side. Caitlin to the bottom. Watch Herring in the 1H. Don't forget about Triton Temple there in that white number 99. He's won quite a few races here over the last couple of years at Texana Raceway Park. But we complete lap number 1. Johnny Westfall in the 9 leads over Caitlin Leonard, who's now in almost a side-by-side battle there for second. Trouble there further in the pack between the 45 and the 39 there in Michaela Trimble. So Davis in the 45 having a little issues. Meanwhile, hot spot on the racetrack. Battle there for second spot. You got Caitlin Leonard on the bottom, and we have a caution there for trouble in turn number 1. Looks like that's going to be the number 1 to Jeff Moore, spinning down there in turn number 3. All right, Texas two-step restart on the racetrack. You got Johnny Westphal on the road by himself. Then you've got the 747 to Caitlin Leonard. And the 1H to Chad Herring up on the outside. Inside of row number 3, Triton Temple. Outside of him in car number 39, that's Michaela Trimble. And Jeff Moore in car number 1, rounding out the field here in heat race number 1 of 2 for your factory stocks. Magnum Services night at the races here at Texana Raceway Park. Jason Mertz, your chairs are blowing away. Meanwhile, back up front, we are green and going here in the factory stocks. It's Westphal jumping out to the lead again, side by side there for second. The 747 to Caitlin Leonard and Chad Herring in the 1H. So give Chad the lead to the outside, high, wide, and handsome there out of turn number 4. Not to be outdone, though. Caitlin Leonard not giving up on the bottom. She's keeping it close. Loses the car link to second spot into third. Here comes Triton Temple in 4, trying to go to the high line around Caitlin Leonard. As we come halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. It's a hornet's nest battle there for second spot. Chad Herring in the 1H has it. Caitlin Leonard wants it back. Triton Temple wants them both. Side by side down the backstretch, in there for third. Triton Temple on the outside in the white. Number 99 hanging tough on the outside. Trouble there for Chad. He breaks coming out of turn number 4. They split the middle. Not sure what broke on the 1H, but now that opens up the door for Triton Temple there in second spot. Can he come to the outside of Caitlin Leonard? He clears her going into turn number 3. Wasn't able to slam the door, though. Coming up on 2 to go for your leader, Johnny Westphal, but we're focusing on second spot. Triton Temple in car 99. He's got the ponies to the outside. Let's see if he can finally clear. Yes, indeed he does, by a full 2 car lengths. On the outside of Caitlin Leonard in that 747. Meanwhile, back up front, white flag for your leader, the 9, Johnny Westphal. Triton Temple runs second. Caitlin Leonard runs third, still trying to dig there for second spot. So into turn 3, about a turn number 4, Johnny Westphal is going to get the win in the heat race. Triton Temple second, Caitlin Leonard third, Michaela Trimble fourth, and Jeff Moore rounds out the top 5 there in heat race number 1. Jason Mertz, your chairs are blown away, buddy. Hayden. All right, up next, heat race number 2 here for your factory stocks. Up front on the pole, hit car number 12. We just saw him win the heat race in the IMCA Modifieds. Now he's on the pole in the factory stock. That is indeed car 12, Cody Leonard. Up next on the outside in the 45H, it's Edward McKinnon. The Robstown Rockets, 741, that's Cameron Starr. Inside of row number 2, GW Hessong in car 24 on the outside of row number 2. Inside of row number 3, starting 5th, the 63 of Chase Sanchez. Outside, the 19 of Mike Karelka. And inside, starting 7th, in the 777, that's Will Spears. There's your cars, 7 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 2 for your factory stocks. a little calm before the storm. Looks like they're trying to get the 1H of Chad Herring off the racing surface. Like he tried to make it, but looks like they're going to have to bring out the big tow mater machine there to pick him up and take him back to the pit. So it'll be a couple of more laps under caution when we get the number 1 up on the hook back there. It looks like they're preliminary going to move Chad to the infield so we can get this next heat race started. Still one more set of heat races to go. That'd be your limited sport mod heat race. So Cody Leonard on the front row with Edward McKinnon in the 45H, 741 Cameron Starry, 24 GW Hessong. And it looks like they're going to move Chad to the hot pit. So right when I thought we were going to get started. All right, so lights are out this time officially. We will be coming to the green flag this time by Cody Leonard, Edward McKinnon, Cameron Starr, GW Hessong, Chase Sanchez, Mike Carelco, and Will Spears there in the 777. That is your top 7 cars as we come 8-lap heat race. Here we go. Green flag. And right away, there goes the Robstown Rocket up to the outside in the 741. Getting a good run down the backstretch over the 12 of Cody Leonard. Now you've got the battle there for coming up for second, third, and fourth between the 24 of GW Hessong and the 63 of Chase Sanchez. So now GW Hessong side by side there for a moment with Cody Leonard. Now move GW up to second spot right behind Cameron Starr in at 741. Side by side there for third. Give Chase Sanchez in the 63. Move him to third. So not a good couple of laps there for Cody Leonard. Started from the pole. Trouble there on the back, or in turns 1 and 2 rather. 17 or 777 of Spears and the 19 of Harelka. Harelka parked it down on the tire going into turn number 2. Let's see if he keeps it there. And caution out for Harelka there in the 19, stuck on the tire. Look, got a little bit of front end alignment issues there with the 19. All of a sudden, it just pulled left when it saw the 777 drive by. So we'll watch that race in action with those two guys. Meanwhile, Texas two-step restart on deck here. 741 Cameron Starry up front on the road by himself. You got the 63 at Chase Sanchez choosing the inside. GW Hessong in the 24 chose the outside lane. Then you got Cody Leonard in the 12 and McKinnon there in the 45. That is your top three rows as we get ready to go back to the Texas two-step restart here in the factory stock class. 2 laps complete, 6 more laps to go. Heat race number 2. Up next on deck will be the heat race for the limited sport mods. And we are going green right here, right now. Here we go. So Cameron Starry from the pole took off, starting to check out about 2 car lengths over the 63 at Chase Sanchez and the 24 at GW Hessong. They like the hot line running around here at Texana. Here comes GW looking at the inside of Sanchez. This time by to be lap number 4. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Here in the heat race number 1 here for the factory stocks. So now here comes GW trying to get back to the backside. There the 63 at Chase Sanchez. And trouble there in turn number 4. The 777 of Spears and the 19 of Hirelka got into it again. So re-rack the Texas two-step restart as they show them 1 to go. Flip-flop of the previous start there. So now you've got the 741 Cameron Starr on the road by himself. Then you've got, this time on the inside, GW Hessong chose the inside, or Chase Sanchez chose the outside in the 63, and that moved up GW to the inside in the 24. You got Cody Leonard in the 12, and then you've got Will Spears in the 777. That's your top 3 rows as we get ready to turn them back loose here in the heat race. Here we go. Green flag. Oh, good start there by the 24, GW Hessong. GW got a really good run on the bottom. So he's able to clear Sanchez in the 63, coming up on lap number 6. 2 more laps to go. Now Cameron Starr is starting to check out about 4 or 5 car lengths now. The battle there for second between Sanchez and the 63 and the 24 GW Hessong. Here comes Cody Leonard in the 12 trying to make some fun too. White flag, 1 more lap to go. Tough lap there for Hessong in the 24, lost a couple of spots. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, the Robstown Rocket's going to cruise to victory lane. He wins. Cameron Starry, Chase Sanchez second, Cody Leonard third, GW Hessong fourth, and Spears rounds out the top 5 there in the 777. Good entertaining heat race here for your factory stocks. right, here we go for the heat race here for your limited sport mods. Up front on the pole in car 93, that's Mark Greener. Outside in the BD2, that's Daniel Preston. Bryce Reed in the 13B. Inside of row number 2, Caleb Sellier in the $4X. Bill Blackman in car number 14. Should be GW Hassan going to join us in the 03, though. He's got to regroup with a couple of cars. And rounding out the field in the high 5, that's Joseph Ponton Jr. There's your car lineup. Sans GW Hassan. So we'll give GW a couple of minutes here to get strapped into the sport mod. Playing triple duty tonight, so he's got a lot of laps to run tonight. A lot of laps run so far. As we said, next race weekend here will be in 2 weeks, coming up on July the 30th. Check out all the social media activities at Texana Raceway Park for the racing details on that race in action night. As we said, July 30th, coming up here in just a couple of weeks, be racing in action back again here at Texana Raceway Park. And there comes the aforementioned GW Hassan. After having a good solid heat race there, having to change gears real quick, real fast to get into one of these limited sport modifieds. All right, now that everybody's in line, in place, we'll give them one more lap to go around before we turn them loose again. So here's your recap in the starting positions here. 93, Mark Greener. BD2, Daniel Preston. Inside of row number 2, Bryce Reed in the 13B. Caleb Sellier in the $4X. Bill Blackman in the 14. GW Hassan outside of row 3 in the 03. Then on the road by himself, starting 7th, the high 5, Joseph Ponton Jr. 7 cars, 8 laps, one and only heat race here for your limited sport mods. Light Shroud, look at him over. We go green right here, right now. Here we go. So right off the bat, right there through the middle, the 93 of Greener having a little bit of a setback going off into turn number 1. So that opened up the door for the BD2 of Daniel Preston. Bryce Reed gets by. Caleb Sellier gets by. In the $4X, now looking to the inside. The 5 is Joseph Ponton. Coming now, here comes the 03 of GW Hassan and the 14 of Blackman. Right now, hot spot on the racetrack is the battle there for 4th between the high 5 of Joseph Ponton Jr. and the 03 of GW Hassan. Give Hassan that spot for now. But now here comes Bryce Reed in a 13B, pulling up to the backside of Daniel Preston in that BD2. So halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go as the lead starts heating up between BD2, Daniel Preston, and Bryce Reed in the 13B. Don't forget that battle, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, getting hot and heavy too. So now Bryce Reed looking up to the top of Daniel Preston. Preston slams the door going off the backstretch. Woo, what a run by Bryce Reed coming off of turn number 3. Preston, though, slides up, slams the door. Here comes the crossover with Bryce Reed down on the bottom. And Bryce able to hold his spot. Preston trying to do the crossover again, and he does. Back to the inside. There in the BD2. Now side by side out of turn number 4. Bryce Reed on the top side gets the win, gets the run. 2 more laps to go. That was lap number 6. Oh, trouble there for Preston into the front end there. Loses it. Might have lost the tire. Collected the $4X of Caleb Sellier and cautions out. So there's the BD2 rolling. All right, so Texas 2-step restart on us. Bryce Reed up on the pole, on the road by himself. Caleb Sellier in the $4X. 03, that's GW Hess Song. Joseph Ponton Jr. in the high 5, and Mark Greener in the yellow number 93. That is your top 3 rows as we get ready to turn them loose. Turn them green right here, right now. Here we go. Oh, they try to go 3 wide there for a minute. The high 5 and the $4X side by side. White flag, 1 more lap to go. So Ponton trying to dig there on the bottom to try to get that 3rd spot. Meanwhile, back up front out of turn number 4, Bryce Reed's going to pick up the win. GW Hessong 2nd, $4X Caleb Sellier 3rd. Ponton in the high 5 runs 4th, and Blackman in the 14 rounds out your top 5 there in your limited sport mod heat race number 1. So that concludes the preliminary portion of tonight's heat races here. Coming up, we'll start having main event racing action here in just a few minutes. Here's your last chance. Take a pause for the calls. Go down and get you some good trackside food. We'll be back to the main event racing action here in just a couple of minutes. All right, so we just a few more minutes before we get back to racing action for the main event. As we said, don't forget, next race weekend here will be July 30th. All of the classes you see racing tonight will be back in racing action. If you want some more racing action, you check out our friends over at the South Texas Race Ranch there in Corpus at Old Brownsville and Saratoga Road. They'll be running a full racing program next week, next Saturday night. So there'll be a lot of fun things happening over that way. So as we said, just kick back, relax. We'll be back to main event racing action here in just a few minutes. So here's the main event race in action for those keeping score in the grandstands. The running order is going to be Pure Stocks, E-Mods, IMCA Modifieds, Factory Stocks, and Sport Mods. That's your main event lineup here coming up here in just a few minutes as we get things lined up and ready to go. Looks like we had a couple of driver changes, needed to get some drivers back in the right spots. But once we've done that, we'll get them back out onto the racetrack. Looks like we got a couple of guys pulling double and some drivers pulling triple duty tonight. Between a couple of pure stocks and modified. So we'll be getting some of that stuff rolling. Don't forget, as we said, it's Magnum Services night at the races. We also like to thank our friends at raceontexas.com. If you didn't get a chance to hear it earlier, Race on Texas has access to all of the major racing facilities here in the great state of Texas. If you could sign up for their all-access package at $39.99, you get all access. Once you sign up, you can pick Texana Raceway Park as your preferred racetrack. Racetrack actually gets a little bit of proceeds from your subscription-based services. So we'd like you to sign up and pick Texana Raceway Park as your home track. Also like to thank the sponsors that make things happen here at Texana Raceway Park: O'Reilly Auto Parts, VP Racing Fuels, Caney's Welding, Sames Ford in Corpus Christi, Top Hat Signs and Design, and Rock Auto. We ask that you get a chance to support your business, support those that support the racetrack to make things happen here at Texana Raceway Park. Our main event racing action is upon us on the racetrack. Up front on the pole in car number 32, that is Mickey Helms. Outside in the 35, that is GW Hessong, pulling, I believe, triple duty tonight. Up next on the inside, the 355, that's Riley Heil. Outside of them in the 27, that's James Jennings. Derek Youngblood in the 97 is 401 of William Cellier. And Gary Butler in the 9. Surprised he made the call with as much oil that was spraying out of that thing during the heat race, but good props to him and the crew for putting oil back in and getting it back out ready to roll here for the main event. Let's see here, 7 cars, 20 laps here for your main event racing action here at Texana Raceway Park in the Pure Stocks. So watch the Novas. They've been dominating all season. The 32, the 35, and the 355. Here we go. Green and going. First main event of the evening. And they go side by side there for the lead. The battle with the Novas. Mickey Helms there on the inside. 35, that is GW Hessong up on the outside. There comes Riley Heil in the 355, making it a three-way battle for the lead. Now three-way battle. Watch Riley Heil there in the back. Trying to make it fun, trying to jump to the inside. Now good side-by-side battle there. GW up on the outside, Mickey on the inside. In the 32, they go side-by-side. So GW with a little bit better run off of turn number 4. He'll take the lead. But not a good time there. It looks like Mickey Helms to take the inside route. GW got a little sideways up and off the corner over there off of turn number 2, loses the lead, but now he's coming back for a crossover right here. Now GW to the inside of Mickey. Mickey Helms hanging tough, but GW will clear him down the back straightaway. Let's see if Mickey tries the crossover going off into turn number 3. Now here comes Mickey back to the bottom again in the 32. So now GW back to the top side. Mickey Helms there on the inside. And at 32, let's see how they come off of turn number 4, side by side. Give that little bit of that lap there to the 35. Now they go 3 wide for just a moment. There's Riley Heil. Sticks the nose in on the bottom. Now Mickey Helms looking back to the inside. So now let's see. Now GW checked out about 3 car lengths over Mickey Helms. Here comes Riley Heil in the 355. I think trouble there. One of the cars is popping and hitting the chip real bad coming out of turn number 2. I think it's the 32. Trouble there for Mickey. He loses the spot to the 27 of James Jennings. How about that 27 of Jennings? Jennings, slow and steady. As they say, slow and steady can win the race, but he's been just sitting there ever so slightly. Now he's to the backside of the 355 of Riley Heil. Coming up on halfway right here for your leader, the 35, GW Hessong. Trouble for the 27 over there, the 27 of Jennings. Also the 97 of Youngblood getting caught up in a little bit of U-turn over there. So that'll put the Novas back 1, 2, 3 again. And as the Tony Blankenship Motorsports, the dominance continues of the Novas. Now the hot spot will now be back up to the battle there for second between Mickey Helms in the 32 and Riley Heil in the 35. No, scratch that. The 32 looks like we had a battle for the lead change there. So move Riley Heil to the lead in the 355. Then you've got the 32 of GW Hessong. Oh, trouble for Riley. She loops it from the lead. Trouble there for GW. I think he stalled it up in turns 1 and 2. Cautions out. So now it looks like they got everybody set for the Texas two-step restart. So breaking up of the Novas there. So you've got the 32 of Mickey Helms up front. Then you've got the 27 of James Jennings, the 35 of GW Hessong. Then you've got the 401 of William Cellier, the 97 of Youngblood. And starting shotgun, the 355 of Riley Heil. So watch her. She won't be in the back very long. 14 laps complete. 6 more laps to go. Here we go. Green flag. So right away, Mickey Helms starts checking out. Trouble there for Riley Heil again in the 355, spinning in turns 1 and 2. As they come, this will complete lap number 16. 4 more laps to go. Little wiggle giggle there for Youngblood in car number 97. So back up front, about a 5-car length advantage of Mickey Helms over the 35 at GW Hessong. This time by lap number 18. 2 more laps to go for your leader, Mickey Helms, in the 32. So white flag is out. Ooh, trouble for Cellier in that 401. So into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, picking up another W in the racing career. Mickey Helms wins. GW Hessong second. James Jennings in the 27 rounds out your top 3 podium positions here in your Pure Stocks. All right, everybody, here's your winner in the Pure Stocks. Mickey Helms picking up another W. Let's have a quick conversation here as he gets the congratulations from the fan club here. So tell me something real quick. When you get to do one of those victory laps with the flags, that's one of the things that drivers love doing the most. Now, you picked up a lot of wins over your career, but it just seems like every time you go around the racetrack with a checker flag, it all feels the same, just like the first one, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. And doing it for all the great kids out here. These are all nieces and nephews. And thank you, everybody, come out here watching. Thank you, Tony, for letting us run. Owen, for keeping the track open. Hope y'all enjoy it.
All right, there's your winner in the Pure Stocks, Mickey Helms, car number 32. And here they come on the racetrack as planned. Here comes the E-Mods up front on the pole. The front row is your point leaders. On the pole, the 04 Cooper Calibra. Outside of him, Braden Tomlinson in car number 33. Nathan Titzman inside of row number 2. Outside of row number 2, starting fourth, the double OE of James Edmond. Inside row 3, starting fifth, the 75 of Phil Beckner. Outside of Phil, in the 21S at Summer Nave. And in the 7th spot, Rio Blackner in the R10. And the 5C is Colin Hillen. They're in the 5C starting 8. So 8 cars, 20 laps. Main event racing action here for the E-Mods. So looking them over, as we said, Cooper Calibra, Braden Tomlinson separated by just a couple of points at the top of the point stand in one of the closest battles we have here at Texana Raceway Park for the 2022 points. And we go the next round right here, right now. Trouble right off the back for Rio, spinning, coming out of turn number 4 as they take the green. He's rocking and rolling. Meanwhile, back up front, side by side for the lead, the 04 Cooper Calibra. Oh, look at Nathan Titzman trying to go 3 wide out of turn number 4. So get the outside line this time to the 33 of Tomlinson. Now side-by-side battle there for third between Titzman there in the, trouble for Calibra. Parking it in between turns 1 and 2, so caution's out. Looks like Titzman in the L87 got a little bit of damage in that too. All right, there you see the Texas two-step restart as it is on the racetrack. Tomlinson up front on the pole, rather roll by himself. Then you've got the 04 Cooper Calibra and the double OE of Edmond. Then you've got the 75 of Phil Beckner, the 21S of Summer Nave. L87 and Nathan Titzman there inside of row number 4. Rio on the outside of row number 4. And then Holland in the 5C right there. Attached onto the rear of the field. So there they are. We got 2 laps complete, so 18 more laps to go here in this main event for the E-Mods. As we said with the Pure Stocks, if you're looking for a way to get into the racing business, it's a good class to do it, and they'll show you why. Green and going right here, right now. Oh, trouble for Rio again, spinning down there in 1 and 2. He keeps it rolling. No harm, no foul. Trouble for Beckner there off of turn number 1. Here comes Rio again. Trouble there for the R10. So Titzman tried to go to the outside, got a little loosey-goosey in a battle there for third and fourth. So meanwhile, back up front, we'll recap the orders. They run out of turn number 4. There's your leader, Braden Tomlinson, in car number 33. Edmond in this 00E runs second. Cooper Calibra now third in the 04. Titzman in the L87 runs fourth. And Summer Nave rounds out the top 5 in the 21S. So now your leader still continues to be Braden Tomlinson. Jaden Edmond in the 00E. And trouble for Rio again, another loop-de-loop-de. Trouble there for Holland in the 5C. Same spot, same story. Loops it out of turn number 4, keeps it rolling. Right now, hot spot on the racetrack is the battle there for third between Cooper Kaliba in the 04 and Nathan Titzman in the L87. Both of them got a couple of wins there on the season so far. So Kaliba, a rough night, moving back to 4th spot. Meanwhile, back up front, here comes Edmondson. Braden Tomlinson in the 33 takes the cross flags, halfway home, 10 down, 10 to go. Here in your main event race in action for the E-Mods. And trouble for Rio again, this time spinning out of turn 2. But no harm, no foul. Your leader continues to be that 33 of Braden Tomlinson into turn number 3. Then you got Jaden Edmond in the 00E, also coming out of turn number 4. This time by completes lap number 12, 7 more laps to go. And trouble again for the 5C of Holland. This time he spins off at turn number 2. Trouble there for Titzman in L87. He gets up high, rides the wall off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Keeps it straight, no harm, no foul. But your leader continues to be, that was lap number 16. 4 more laps to go. And that continues to be your leader, the 33, Braden Tomlinson. Jaden Edmond in the 00E runs second. Nathan Titzman runs third. Cooper Kaliba runs fourth. That's your top 4 as they come down to 3 more laps to go. Trouble there for Titzman again, getting high and getting a little high there in 1 and 2. Didn't quite ride the wall near as bad. 2 more laps to go. White flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader, Braden Tomlinson. Into turn 3, up out of turn number 4, coming to take the checkered flag at Texana. Braden Tumlinson wins. Jaden Edmond in the Double OE second. Nathan Titzman third. Cooper Calibre fourth. And Summer Nave rounds out your top 5 here in the E-Mods. I think he's going to get excited about this one. Fix the lipstick. It's just, you're not bright enough on the lipstick department. Fix the lipstick. Here's your winner, Braden Tumlinson, everybody. All right, let's come over here and talk. You got a big crew behind you, so I know you got a lot of people to thank. So you checked out kind of early. I wouldn't say you made the race boring by no means, but you didn't make it as exciting as you normally do, kind of coming from the back. But so as I was talking to Mickey Helms, who won the last race, every time you get to take a victory lap, it always seems just as special as the first one, doesn't it?
Oh, it's even better than the first one. Everyone is more special than the first one. They get better and better.
So speaking of better and better now, I know that you probably don't think about points a lot, but you're in the battle for the championship lead. Do you think about it at all, or am I surprising you telling you that you're in the top points battle for the championship?
No, I know where we are. I try not to think about it because it kind of gets in my head a little bit. I lose my focus. But other than that, no, we know where we're at, and we're happy with where we are.
All right, so you got a big group of people back here you got to thank. You got lots of stickers on this cars. Now's your chance to thank people to help you get in victory lane.
First of all, my mom and dad for helping me with everything. My brother here, Down South Performance and Off-Road, K&J Industries, Brandel Farms, John Layton Farms, Supreme Vinyl Works, Nagalitas Gear, Mission Racing, and, well, Cooter. Everybody knows Cooter. And everybody that's helped out with the car, man.
All right, well, congratulations on another win, and good luck for the rest of the season. Your winner, Braden Tumlinson, everybody. All right, here we go with your IMCA Modified main event for your IMCA Modifieds. Here we go up on the pole in the 26D. That's Cody Duke. On the outside in the 17, Adrian Awalt. Inside the next row, car 12, that is Cody Leonard. Outside of him in the 48R from Buda, that's Raymond McSpadden. And inside the last row in the black number 2, that is Chad Rockefeller. 5 cars, 20 lap, main event racing action here for your IMCA Modifieds. So lights are out. Cody Duke, Adrian Awalt, that is your front row. Here we go. Green flag. All right, so what a tough break there for Awalt as he drops from the top row towards the back row there in turn number 1. Now side by side there for the lead out of turn number 4. For lap 1, Cody Leonard leads. Already trying to give him the win. Leads over Cody Duke and Raymond McSpadden in that 48R. Now side by side there for second, Cody Duke in the 26D. Side by side with the 48R, Raymond McSpadden. They go side by side out of 2 down the back straightaway, still side by side. They roll off into turn number 3. Let's see who has the advantage right now. Hardly a nose advantage there from McSpadden in the 48R, but he will clear Cody Duke as they come off at turn number 4. Sets his sight back off on the leader, the 12 of Cody Leonard. It's down to turn 3 out of turn number 4. Coming back up as your leader, Cody Leonard. In the 12, Raymond McSpadden second in the 48R, Cody Duke in the 26, Awalt in the 17, and Rockefeller there in the 2. Ooh, it's turning out to be a dry, slick track tonight. You can hear the tires squealing. The cars roll off into 3 and 4. Hot spot on the racetrack, shaping up to be the battle there for third between Cody Duke in the 26 and Chad Rockefeller in the 2. That's the closest battle on the track as they just completed lap number 7. 13 more laps to go. So there you see Rockefeller looking to the inside of Cody Duke. Not yet this time. Rockefeller looking still. Not making any ground. Not losing any ground either as they come down into turn number 3. Oh, Duke shuts the door there in the 26D. Slams it down. Rockefeller not giving up though. Roll off into turn number 1. Let's see if they change the line here a little bit. Rockefeller still looking to the inside. Might have to go to the top side to try to make the pass happen. Meanwhile, back up front, cross flags, 10 down. 10 to go for your leader, the 12, Cody Leonard. He's got about a 2-car length advantage over the 48R, Raymond McSpadden, and roughly a full straightaway length lead over the battle there for third and fourth between the 26D of Cody Duke and the 2 of Chad Rockefeller. Now the door open wide to the bottom. There goes Rockefeller trying to get the pass. Indeed, this time he does have it. Cody's going to try to do the crossover back into the bottom, but not going to happen this time by. So give Chad Rockefeller the pass up into third spot. He's got a long way to go to catch the top 2. But now that battle for the lead starting to heat up just a little bit. Going into the corners, Raymond McSpadden got a really good run. He ends up about a car length and a half behind him, but coming out of the corner, Cody Leonard's able to put the ponies to the power. Now Cody must have heard the footsteps. He's trying to stretch out the lead a little bit more, but still Raymond able to get into the corners really good, especially going off into turn number 3. He gains a little bit going into turn number 1, but really gains a mile as they go off into turn number 3. This time though, Raymond McSpadden in the 48R. Raymond got a really good run in turn 1, got a really good run into turn number 3. Let's see what happens. Trying to poke the nose to the inside. They're within a car length now. That completes lap number 15. 5 more laps to go. Now they're down the back straightaway. There they go. They continue to race nose to tail. Cody's not moving an inch off that bottom line. Raymond's trying to stay there on that bottom line as well. Raymond now getting ever so close. Not as close as he was a couple of laps ago, but he's still getting pretty close. Out of turn number 4, coming to complete lap number 17. 3 more laps to go, and here he comes, Raymond looking to the inside. Cody's going to give him just a little bit of room, not a whole lot. They go side by side out of turn number 2, side by side down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be as they going off turn number 3? Right now, give the advantage to Raymond McSpadden in there as they come to 2 more laps to go. That was lap number 18 right here. So all that digging and never give up attitude might prove to be the winning move by the 48R, Raymond McSpadden. Out of turn number 4, white flag, 1 more lap to go. Into turn 3. Up out of turn number 4, a hard-fought victory, but a sweet one in the middle of the summertime. Raymond McSpadden wins. Cody Leonard second. And Chad Rockefeller rounds out your top 3 here in your IMCA modified feature. All right, everybody, here's your winner. Raymond McSpadden picks up 1 for the good guys. We'll come down here and get a quick little victory lane interview with the winner. I'll let you hold that and that. How about that? Man, I've been watching you race for a long time. Watch you race the Cotton Bowl, watch you race a little bit in Corpus, watch you race a little bit here. That final lap around with the checkered flag, they always feel sweet, don't they?
Yes, sir, it does. I've been to this track many times. I've had my car break a couple times. I've had some other misfortunate things happen, but tonight we got it done.
Talk about the racing surface. It seemed like it was drying out. We could hear you guys, as you guys were feathering the throttle, because these things have so much massive horsepower with the small tire. We could hear the tires squealing. From you, did you have to change anything in your driving line? Because I know you were not trying to get up off the bottom, battling Cody there for the lead, and you finally got the roll down the front straightaway that you needed to get the pass.
Yeah, Cody's a great driver. I've driven against him at many different tracks. He messes up very little, but the only thing I could do is hang tight and wait for him to break it out a little bit before I can get under him.
All right, so we know we got people to thank with these cars. You got lots of pretty stickers on this beautiful car. Tell me about it.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the good Lord above. I'd like to thank my wife here for allowing me to do this, because she sacrifices a lot. JP Dow, McSpadden's Automotive, REO Sun Machine Shop, and True Form Racing.
All right, that's all the people that make this thing happen. As I said, picking up one for the good guys, Raymond McSpadden, your IMCA Modified race winner.
Hey, thank you guys for coming out. Without you, we couldn't do this. I appreciate it.
All right, up next, coming the main event for the factory stocks. Here's how they're going to roll out up front on the pole. In the 9, Johnny Westfall. Outside of him, the Robstown Rocket, Cameron Starry in car 741. Up on the inside, car number 99, that's Triton Temple. Outside of him, in the number 63, is Chase Sanchez. 747, Caitlin Leonard starts on the inside of row number 3 and 5th, alongside Cody Leonard in car 12, so brother-sister row there in row number 3. Inside of row number 4, starting 7th, Michaela Trimble. Outside of Michaela, driving the number 24, that's GW Hessong. Jeff Moore in the car number 1 starts inside of row 5 and 9th. The 777, Will Spears, starts 10th. Inside of row number 6, starting 11th, the 63J, that's Joe Johnson. Outside, starting 12th, the number 19 of Mike Horelka. Inside row number 7, starting 13th, the 1/8 of Chad Herring. Chad had some mechanical issues in the heat race. I don't know if he's made it out for the main event or not. Edward McKinnon in the 45H starts 14th, and 15th in the 45, Seth Davis. So there's your lineup. 15. All right, lights are out. Johnny Westfall in the 9, Cameron Starr in the 741, Triton Temple in the 99, and Chase Sanchez. That is your top 4 as they get ready to go to battle here in the factory stocks at Texana. We go green right here, right now. And right away, right off the bat, Johnny Westfall starts checking out. But now he's got a back bumper full of the 741 of Cameron Starr. A good side-by-side battle there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Triton Temple, Chase Sanchez in the 63, and the 747 Best Western Express of Caitlin Leonard. But now battle for the lead right up at the top. Johnny Westfall in the 9. Cameron Starry to the inside in the 741. Cam staying at the bottom. He's digging. Now they go side by side down in turn number 3. Who's it going to be as they get closer? Down the back straightaway, here they come. Give that lap to Westfall, still hanging tough right there on the inside. The 741 of Cameron Starry. Here comes Chase Sanchez in the 63 and the 747 to Caitlin Leonard. Now move Cameron Starry up front as he passes the 9 of Johnny Westfall. Here comes Cameron Starry trying to block the bottom. Here comes Johnny with the crossover. Now Johnny driving to the bottom of the 741. Here comes the 9. Ponies to the dirt down the back straightaway. Well, Cameron Starry's able to hang tough. Trouble there for Cody Leonard there in the 12. Has some kind of mechanical issue. Pulls to the infield. Meanwhile, back up front, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how close they're running. Cameron Starry continues to lead over Johnny Westfall in the 9. In the Best Western Express, the 747 of Caitlin Leonard and the 63 of Chase Sanchez. They got about a 5 or 6 car length lead over 5th place car, Triton Temple in car number 99. But now a hot spot on the racetrack right there. Be that battle there for 3rd and 4th. The 747 of Caitlin Leonard has 3rd. The 63 of Chase Sanchez wants it. Now everybody's starting to straighten out just a little bit. That completed lap number 9. One more lap to go before halfway. So now your leader, Cameron Starry in the 741, starting to get into a little bit of lap traffic there in turns 3 and 4. All right, everybody, just got an announcement here as we cross halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go. Food at the concession stand is now 2 for 1. Food in the concession stand is now 2 for 1. From now to the remaining races. As we said, got 2 more races, this race and the Sport Mod race. So food at the concession stand is 2 for 1. Back to the racing action on the track. Cameron Starry's now got about a 3 car length advantage in this 741. Over the 9 of Johnny Westfall on the 747 of Caitlin Leonard and Chase Sanchez. Rounding out your top 4. They come by to complete lap number 14. 6 more laps to go. But now the hot spot on the racetrack is about the battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. As they come in the corner, they get a little bit closer. 2nd place, Johnny Westfall in the 9 has the spot. Caitlin Leonard in the 747's hanging tough. They're in 3rd. Chase Sanchez in 4th. But Cameron Starry continues to lead as he goes in more some lap traffic. That was lap number 15. 5 more laps to go. Cameron Starry at 741. He's checked out almost a full straightaway length lead over that 9 of Johnny Westfall. So as your top 5 continue to battle with lap traffic, coming up to complete lap number 18 on the books. 2 more laps to go. Here's your leader, Cameron Starry, taking the 2 to go, 2 to go. Now that battle for 4th, heating up 3rd and 4th, heating up again between Chase Sanchez and the 747 of Caitlin Leonard. Meanwhile, up front, white flag, 1 more lap to go for your leader. Trouble there for Sanchez in the 63, spins out of turn number 4. He keeps it going for now. Oh, he's parked in the track. Let's see if they keep it green or not. Cameron Starry in the 741. He'll come through. He'll take the win. Cameron Starry wins. Johnny Westfall second. Caitlin Leonard third. Triton Temple fourth. And Michaela Tripple's going to round out the top 5. Also, race fans, in case you didn't hear the announcement during the race, food at the concession stand is now 2 for 1. So a 2 for 1 special down at the concession stand on the remaining food that we have down in the concession area. All right, going back to back here in the factory stocks, Cameron Starry. I feel a little deja vu, man. I feel like we just did this last week. So tell me about it. The track is totally different than it was last week. Little darker, a little drier. Once again, do you have to change your driving style, or is it just 2-speed stop and wide open?
Tonight we had to use a little bit more brakes than what we had been having to use, but for the most part it was kind of similar to last week. Get it in there, get it turned on the bottom, and try not to spin tires too much coming off the corner.
So you do a lot of iRacing, at least you used to do. I'm pretty sure you still do it now because it's a whole lot cooler and temperature-wise when you get to do the iRacing. Does your iRacing play into any factors of this stuff at all?
Here recently it hasn't been. I've been on a ban for rough driving, but before that, yeah, it was a tool, but right now I'm just kind of going off prior knowledge.
I'm just curious, how bad do you have to be rough driving somebody on iRacing to get suspended? That's bad, man. Come on, you could do better than that.
Man, you'd be surprised. You barely touch some of those guys, and they're already reporting you.
Well, I guess that's the way it works. Anyways, back-to-back victories here in Texana Raceway Park for Cameron Starry, the Robstown Rocket. Coming up next will be the last race of the evening. It'll be the limited sport mod main event. And here's how they're going to come lining up. Here we go. Up front on the pole in the 13B, that's Bryce Reed. Outside of Bryce in the 03, pulling triple duty tonight, GW Hessong. Up next in the $4X on the inside of row number 2, starting third, that's Caleb Sellier. Outside of him in the high 5, starting fourth, that's Joseph Ponton Jr. Inside the next row, in car number 14, starting fifth, that's Bill Blackman. Outside of Bill, starting sixth in the yellow number 93, Mark Greener. And rounding out the field in the BD2, starting seventh, that's Daniel Preston. There they are, 7 cars, 20-lap main event here for your limited sport mods. Final race of the evening here at Texana Raceway Park. Don't forget, next race here will be July the 30th. And if you want even more racing action, you check out our friends at the South Texas Race Ranch. They race a full card of racing action next Saturday night, starting at 7 o'clock. Check out all their racing information, South Texas Race Ranch on Facebook. Here we go. Green flag. Here we go. Woo, right away the Hungry Hounds already beating and banging all over each other. They go 2, almost 3 wide down the front straightaway. Now down the back straightaway. Caleb Sellier in the $4X. Dives to the inside of the 13B of Bryce Reed. Now Bryce slamming the door, going off into turn number 1, slides up a little bit, opens the door for the $4X of Caleb. Here comes Caleb down the back straightaway. Didn't quite clear him, he clears him now. Here comes Bryce with the crossover in that 13B. Oh, here comes Bryce digging to the inside in that 13B. Down to the inside, he slides up to the inside. Will he slide? He gets the lead. What a great slide job and a good move by the 13B of Bryce Reed. Now Caleb going to try again up to the top side. Not going to happen this time by. That completes lap number 4. 16 more laps to go. Now further back in the field, hot spot battle there for 3rd and 4th between the 0-3 of GW Hessong and the high 5 of Joseph Ponton Jr. JPJ able to get it done in the high 5 around GW Hessong to move him up to 3rd spot. Let's see if he's got enough power and enough time to catch the lead duo. Now the hot spot shaping up the battle for 4th and 5th down between GW Hessong and the BD2 of Daniel Preston. GW not having the best of luck coming off of turn number 4 here in the last couple of laps. Dropping from 3rd to 5th. And everybody playing nice, going single file. Coming up just a couple of laps from the halfway point, your leader continues to be the 13B of Bryce Reed. We pick him up coming off a turn number 4, down off the front straightaway. Bryce Reed has about a 1.5-second lead over the $4X of Caleb Sellier, and about a full straightaway lead over the high 5 of Joseph Ponton Jr. Then Daniel Preston in the BD2 runs 4th, and GW Hessong rounds out the top 5. Back up front, Bryce Reed, your leader. We'll see the cross flags halfway home. 10 down, 10 to go. final main event of the evening here at Texana. Everybody racing pretty equal distance apart. Right now your leader continues to be that 13B of Bryce Reed. Bryce been close to winning some main events. Don't want to give him that announcer jinx. But he's been oh so close in the last couple of races. Caleb said, yeah, he's picked up a couple of wins this year. Joseph Pont Jr. picks up a couple of wins there at Cotton Bowl Speedway there in Page. So coming up, that was lap number 13. 7 more laps to go, and the lead continues to grow there over Caleb Sellier. Bryce Reed now has a 1.98 seconds, so right at a 2-second lead over the $4X. And almost a 2.5 second lead over the Joseph Ponton Jr. machine. They're in the high five, running in third. Lap number 15 in the books. 5 more laps to go. Everybody's still playing pretty nice, equal distance, single file, no harm, no foul. No big hot spot races around the racetrack. As we come to recap, coming up on lap number 17, 3 more laps to go. Right there, Bryce Reed in the 13B, 2 more laps to go. Now with a 3.2 second lead. Oh, trouble for Daniel Preston in the BD2. Oh, if he parks it, that'd be a green-white checkered, and it is. Oh, no. So 2-second lead, a race there for your leader, Bryce Reed. As we said, Bryce has come close to winning some main events this year. Just by luck of the draw, sometimes not able to pull it off to the end. He's going to have his hands full tonight. Bryce is going to have his hands full with a pack of hungry hounds right behind him. Oh, this restart's going to be fun, y'all. All right, here we go. Bryce Reed in the lead. Caleb Sellier in the $4X. Joseph Ponton Jr. in the high five. That's your top 3. Green, white, checker. Here we go, baby. Oh, Bryce Reed jumps out to a pretty good lead. Got about a 2-car length lead over the $4X of Caleb Sellier. Here comes white flag. 1 more lap to go. Oh, Bryce with a good 1 and 2. Into turn 3, here he comes. Out of turn number 4, finally picking up the checkered flag at Texana. Bryce Reed wins. Joseph Pond Jr. second. Caleb Selle and the $4X rounds out your top 3 here in the modified, limited modifieds. Hey guys, before you leave, don't forget next racing event here will be July the 30th. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll be here. Check the Facebook socials for all of the start time and event information on the next racing event here at Texana Raceway Park. As we said, it's an early night, so you don't necessarily have to go home. If you'd like to go down and meet the cars and stars of Texana Raceway Park, feel free to go to the pits. Once the cars are clear, we'll open the pit gates and everybody can come down, meet their favorite drivers, get some autographs, pick up some merchandise, all those good things that come with winning a race. All right, everybody, here's your winner, Bryce Reed in the 13B. No pressure, no pressure. You pick it up in a minute. Pick it up in a minute. It's good. All right, man, I almost jinxed you because I said that you come close to winning a couple of races this year and just had mechanical gremlins or just the long kind of racing luck on the bad side of the caution flag here and there. But, man, you finally got it done. What did it feel like taking that victory lap here?
Oh, man, it feels great. I didn't think I'd ever get away from second place. Last weekend was number 4 for getting second, so finally here, it was great.
So talk about the racetrack tonight. Obviously, it seemed like when you were able to jump out up front, you were able to kind of just manage the race. Obviously, you had about a 3-second lead when that caution came out. I know you guys don't have the mirrors and can see behind you or whatever, but you can feel when the guys are close. But from your perspective, from the driver's seat, were you able to change your line or anything as the race progressed, or were you just running your race?
I was just running my race. It felt like there was a little bit of rubber on the bottom, so I was sticking there. So I just kept my line and just held my line.
So is this win number 1 for you for this season or win number 1 overall?
Number 1 for this season. And this car. This car's got 10 nights on it.
All right, so we know we've been giving everybody a chance to thank all the people. You got some fancy stickers on this thing, so now's your chance to thank the people that make this thing run around in these circles.
I'd like to thank IRP, Supreme Vinyl Works for the badass wrap. 41 Shocks with the shocks. 96 Auto Repair. We can scoot over. And 317 Awards by Owen.
All right, so there's the stuff that makes this happen. Bryce Reed, congratulations, man. Good job picking up the W here in the Limited Sport Mods. All right, race that concludes tonight's main event race in action in the racing program. As I said, you don't have to go home. There's still lots of time in the evening if you want to go down and meet the cars and stars. Take a gander in the pits, put some of the kids in the race cars. That's where they really get addicted to this stuff, when you put them in the race cars. So don't forget, our next race here will be July the 30th. Check the socials for all the racing event details. Also, don't forget our friends over at the South Texas Race Ranch. We're having a complete racing action card next Saturday night. Check their socials, South Texas Race Ranch, for all the details on their racing event. So on behalf of the entire staff and management team here at Texana Raceway Park, my name is Showtime Bobby Chaffee. God bless, Godspeed. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.